Copyrighted somehow. Todd Howard.
32-bit version of the
You
mod,
dick.
but I'll get to those later. In the meantime, I'll show you how to get started and what to expect while doing my best to keep it as spoiler-free as possible. You start off by traveling to Voyager's End, just northwest of Winterhold. There, you come across a shipwreck, which you'll need to investigate. Within the ship's cargo hold, you come across the skeleton of the ship's first mate, with his journal laying there beside him. Reading it, you begin to get an idea of what led the ship to its dismal fate, and this leads you to venturing deeper into the hold. There, you'll find an ominous red glow emanating from a strange object with an eerie atmosphere engulfing the entire room. Activating it takes you to Phalos, where the rest of the adventure takes place.
Okay.
Right away, you'll notice something different about this quest. There doesn't seem to be one. Darkend does indeed have a quest, however it doesn't offer any hand-holding by means of objectives in your quest log or quest markers on your map and compass. Instead, it leaves it to you, the player, to rely more on your instincts and patience to explore the area, to find your way around, piecing together clues left behind in notes and journals in order to figure out what happened. You may even find yourself doubling back from time to time, particularly in the opening areas as you try to get a feel of things. At any given moment, you might think you're making progress only to come upon a locked gate or doorway, forcing you to go back to an area that you may have overlooked in search of a key or some other means to make your way.
You know what's crazy, guys? If we use this, right? And say we get a lock-on mod, right? The Dark Souls 3 inspired lock-on mod. This would literally just be like playing Dark Souls, I'm thinking. And then, like, there's also a way that you could mod the College of Winterhold, which I want to do eventually, to make it so it's like Harry Potter. And it's literally like playing a Harry Potter game. So just imagine with all of the graphics and all of the next-gen nonsense that they could put into this next game in 2026, what you're going to be able to do. You can already make this game that came out in 2012, or whenever the hell it came out. I think it did come out in 2012. You can already make it into like any game that's come out. So the possibilities are endless. This is
Way inside.
It's insane.
You also won't find much in the way of interaction with friendly or non-hostile NPCs in Phalos, at least not yet. In fact, even Lydia didn't follow me when I teleported into Phalos on my first playthrough.
Look, it looks like Dark
Possible by
Souls.
means of mods or console commands,
Don't look
it
like
is recommended
Skyrim.
that you experience what Darkend has to offer on your own without any followers. This took me a bit of getting used to, as the feeling of loneliness
What is this
really
guy's
started to
running
sink in after a
animation?
while.
Darth Maul, welcome back.
Through it all, however, I'm actually quite glad Lydia
Yeah,
chickened out and
I've-
ran back home. It definitely added to the whole experience.
I,
On the adventure, you will encounter a number of labyrinthian spaces that seem to go on forever and ever as you navigate your way through them, whereas other structures will feature a more vertical inclination. Certain parts will feel
I've never done a mage playthrough, so I want to do a mage playthrough, but I don't want to just do the vanilla Skyrim mage playthrough. I want to mod my game with all those mods that make it like Harry Potter and play like that.
very familiar to
That's
any
what I want to do
dungeon
when we're
crawl,
done
others
with
may
all
start
this.
to
Like the
feel
next time we
frustrated
start a
with the
playthrough, it's going to
multiple
be
paths
that.
available. In some instances, you'll even find yourself in what feels very much like a platformer, with you having to jump gaps to make it through the room. Many places
Okay.
harken back to Dark Souls, with encounters very reminiscent of those games, from the lumbering bosses to the downright appearance and layout of certain areas. As such, Darkend also introduces the player to some custom enemy NPCs. While some look more like slight remodels of their vanilla counterparts, others have been more or less modeled from scratch to look like entirely new creatures.
Okay, you
Unfortunately,
know
you
what?
shouldn't expect to find very many new fight mechanics or animations from the vanilla game.
Oh, okay.
Of course, this may change in the future. For those of you who may have played Darkend before, the special edition version of the mod now adds an entirely new final level called the Forgotten Mountain. New creatures with completely custom models have also been added, along with a few
Look at that
mini
thing.
boss fights and an amazing custom dragon model.
Whoa!
A few minor additions like
Peacock
new
dragon.
interiors with hidden passages and some new custom rings have also been tossed in, along with anything else
What
that
do-
JK forgot to
What
mention.
do I think about
There are
Sky
also a few new
SA?
custom
What is
weapons with
Sky
custom powers
SA?
to be found, but I'll leave it to you to
I'm gonna
find
look
them
into it.
yourselves. The new level and boss
I should
fights
start
are
reacting to
definitely
things,
worth
right?
a revisit to Phalos. All in all, it took me about 6 hours to play through Darkend. Of course, this isn't including all the time I spent in Breeze Home preparing my gear for the fights. That's the reason behind my character wearing different sets of armor throughout this video. Without giving too much away, you'll most likely want to bring some enchanted weapons and armor to suit the different experiences you will encounter in Fallows. Oh, and don't worry about running out of charges for your weapons. Many of the enemies will drop
I
filled
think that's
soul
what was
variants that
happening
will
the
allow you
other
to
day when we
recharge your
couldn't
weapons
even
as
see
you
my
progress.
guy. It's just we got a
Just bring
bad
few with
camera
you
angle.
for the start though. At the end of the day, Darkend is a fun little addition to your
I will.
Skyrim playthrough when you want to take a break from the vanilla quests and just want something different to do. If you want to give it a try, look for the link in the description below. To take things to a whole other level, you may also want to consider some combat AI mods and maybe even a dodge mod. Anyway, I hope you
Which
enjoyed
we
this
have.
Dark.
Alright, that is insane, but we're not getting that yet. Because we have plenty of things to get. Let's look into Sky SE.